Hi everyone, it is so beautiful out right now that I wanted to take the opportunity and just show you everything right now because we're supposed to get a lot of rain in the next couple of days. So while the hydrangea and everything are looking so pretty, I wanted to just take you along before some things may droop. So here we still have the beautiful salvia that I clip back over and over again to encourage more blooms. I need to do that again. But then this year I planted some salmony coral colored geraniums mixed in, and I think it looks so pretty. These are happy. And then this is a pink mink clematis. I've had this here for several years, and it is so delicate and has these very petite little blooms. You can see very profusely blooms this time of year, and it's just so beautiful. And I have it trained up here with some paddle wire and a landscape staple down here. There's a little crossbar on my lantern you can see poking out there, and I just have the paddle wire twist to the front and to the back of it, and then once the clematis grows it just sort of clings to itself and wraps around and finds its way, and then I actually kind of loop it around. Otherwise it would swallow up the whole top of the lantern there. If you don't have a crossbar, underneath there usually is openings where you could affix a paddle wire or fishing line. I like to use too. So just a way that you could kind of make it look like your clematis is just naturally growing there, and without using an expensive support or kind of a bulky structure. But the boxwoods are looking wonderful. It'll be 2 years in September that I planted these. It was one of my first videos that I did on YouTube, and it just really makes me happy to see how well they've taken and just looking so nice. I'm really happy with them. They're the baby gem boxwoods. And then up here I planted, look at this you guys, I have a little volunteer viola, little Johnny Jump up there. So cute. They are actually kind of all throughout the path here all season, and I've just left them because I think they're so cute. Plus weeds. There's weeds in the path too. And then I've got my Supertunia Bordeaux, and I used a Superbina, I forget what it's called. I'm so sorry. I'll put the name up, but it's this orangey kind of multicolor. It's so pretty. All the peach tones and the dark and the light. I think it looks so nice, and it pulls in the salmony coral colors from the geraniums that I put in this year. It looks so pretty. The wee white hydrangeas are starting to get, you know, a little faded here, but I'll come in and I'll clip them back, and then I'll get a second and even a third flush of blooms from these. They bloom on new wood, and they continuously rebloom throughout the season. So I have gotten these blooming all through, you know, Halloween time, end of October, and it's really just nice to see the blooms at that time of year. And then just the geraniums and a white Supertunia here in the pots. You guys know I love my Wakefield Handmade pots. And I have a little, this is a Scabiosa pincushion flower, the white Supertunia, geraniums, and then this is just geraniums. And then this is a diamond snow euphorbia. Look at that, you guys. It's so fluffy, so pretty. I really love this little grouping this year and how the colors kind of play off each other, and the purple ties in with the purple down here. And then up here to tie in the purple, I just did a really simple, all the same. These are Super Bells Calibrachoa from Proven Winners. They're called Blue Moon Punch, and they have that kind of similar look to the Supertunia Bordeaux. This is a begonia, and this begonia gets very heavy. So the branches were starting to kind of splay, and I was left with a gap in the middle. So when I was out at Lowe's this past weekend, I picked up a Caladium, and I just popped the nursery can right in there. So if you have something that seems, you know, like it might need a little extra something, you can just take your nursery container really and pop it right in there. It's not lit in there forever. So just make sure it gets good water, maybe sprinkle a little fertilizer on it for your annuals. And yeah, I think it worked out really, really well. And I've got my begonia hanging baskets here. I did swap these out. I had a different begonia in them earlier on. And then I found this one, which was the same one I had last year from Monrovia. And it was in one of those pre-made hanging baskets at Lowe's. But what I did was well, first of all, in this basket, this is from Kinsman Garden Company. It's called the Peacock. None of this stuff is sponsored, you guys, just to let you know. But it's called the Peacock Hanging Basket from Kinsman Garden Company. And it's beautiful, but this doesn't come apart. So keep that in mind if you have a basket like this, that you have to kind of feed your plants into the different quadrants to plant them up, which isn't a problem, but it was a pre-made hanging basket, and I disassembled it, took it apart, and then I took some extra plants. I added some little ferns, and I added some creeping Jenny. It did come with this trailing vinca. So just kind of zhuzhed it up a little bit, and I think it looks really pretty. And then I had this little bench by the door last year, and I moved it here, and I love it. I have a little rose that's a petite knockout rose, and then a little boxwood that I found from Lowe's as well, right there, and I love it. You can hear all the birds. That is debris from us taking the shed down, because you guys know the greenhouse is coming, so we've got some debris out there. And then I just mirrored that same look with the little rose and the boxwood standard. This little plant stand was my uncle's, and he's since passed away, so I love to have that out here and look at it and think of him. And yeah, so the greenhouse project, concrete should be, fingers crossed, poured this Friday if we don't get a massive thunderstorm, which we may. So week of July 19th, it's set to be delivered, so I will definitely keep you guys posted on that. But again, my favorite wee white hydrangeas are so beautiful. So, so beautiful. And I love the Supertunia Bordeaux. And the little touches of orange in there, I think looks so pretty. And then I did just add a new planter here. This is from Lowe's, and it's a large concrete pot, super heavy, and I have a boxwood in it right now. I'll probably end up underplanting it with some seasonal annuals, and you can see my drip tube is coming out of the side there. I have to still hook that up, but I just love the little look of it. Isn't it so cute? And it kind of like ties in. I've got the two concrete pieces there, pot peeking up in the back there. Let me show you some stuff that I just did in the backyard. Okay, well, first stop, volunteer pumpkin patch. A couple years ago, I planted some pumpkins here along the driveway, and I swear, I saw what I thought was hollyhock coming up, because I had hollyhock here at one point too, and no, it is pumpkins, and I've got little baby pumpkins here. So sweet. So I just left it. It wasn't part of my plan for the season, but you know, sometimes the best plans are the ones that we didn't plan. So I just love it. And I've got some Gara kind of being smushed by it. You can see one of the blooms there peeking up. It just really kind of makes me laugh. So there it is. And it looks so pretty. My canna comes back every year, you guys. This whole area used to be filled with this canna. It spreads like crazy. I don't dig it up. It just must really love it in this spot, because it comes back prolifically every year, and I use it to hide the meters and things, as you can see on the side there. I've got some roses that I planted on this trellis here, but they're still babies, so that will be, you know, coming along over time. And then I've got a quick fire fab hydrangea in the back there, looking so beautiful. That's new from Proven Winners. So I'm excited to see how that one does. You can see how it's doing. It's beautiful. The creamy white blooms, so pretty. All right, let me show you some things that I put in the backyard. Sorry, you can hear my air conditioner. I apologize, but it is quite hot. It's been in like upper 90s, and it's toasty. It's early in the morning right now, and it's still toasty. But here's my emerald green arborvitae. So super excited. They look really good. I definitely impressed myself there with the shaping, and I think it looks great. So this little watermelon umbrella, that's my boy's umbrella. I have it here just to protect this little hydrangea that I planted from the scorching sun. And so far, so good. It's doing a great job. It looks kind of cute too. But I have this area really thickly planted and finished now. The urn is looking amazing, you guys. Look how well it is doing. It is filling in so nicely. I have a lot of new plants in here, you guys. I'm so happy. I'm so excited. Things are really, really coming along. I have, this is a Buddleia from Bloomables. This is new for me. I've got the tag in here somewhere. And it is a dwarf butterfly. I love my dwarf butterfly bush. It's called Dapper Lavender. And oh my gosh, it is so pretty. I can't wait to see that one bloom. I have some lavender and some echinacea, and this is Repelsol that I was sprinkling around to keep the bunnies away. The clover lawn does a great job at keeping the bunnies away, but every now and again, especially when there's little babies hopping about, they're certainly going to taste test and see what they like and don't like. I planted these Invincibelle limettas. Funny story. So I went to Lowe's with the kids, had no intention of buying plants, I swear. So we were heading to the car. We got what we needed. We got what we went there for. So I reach into the car. The boys are in the cart next to me. Turn the car on, get the air going so I can put them in the car seats with the air going because it's so hot. And I then shut the car door. I don't know. I must have flicked the lock, I guess. I would never do that. I don't know why I did that. It was like confusion. I don't know what was happening. But so I locked my keys in the car at Lowe's with the air going. Had to call my husband at work and have him come rescue us. So for the 45 minutes that it took for him to get there with the key to get us back into the car, I did plant shopping because that's what any reasonable gardener would do, right? So time well spent. I got these Invincibelle limettas that I actually have on the other side here too. It's kind of bright over here. I still have to mulch. I still have to finish off with the drip and finish off with my landscape lights. So this area is not completely done yet, and it's so bright, so I'm going to turn you this way. This is completely mulched, completely done. Landscape lights installed. You can see I have them back in their place. I've got a little spotlight here that shines up on the urn in the evening, and it looks so pretty. So in the front here, I've got the Sprinter boxwood little hedge that I'm forming, and then I've got cat's pajamas, Nepeta, behind that. Nice purple blooms. Look at these. Oh, so pretty. And they get big and thick and full. I have some foxglove that I started from seed. So next year, those will look wonderful. I also have some Canterbury bells that I started from seed. So we'll see what happens with that. I've got some David Austin roses in here. These are Olivia Austin rose. I'm really happy that I took the raised bed out last year, you guys, that I had last year, and revamped this area because I have so much more plantable space. You guys might remember I had a giant mock orange here. Well, I cut that down, and then I started to worry because the roots were so established. I mean, this thing had to be, and the house is 100 years old. I'm going to say it was almost 100 years old. It was a big beast of a shrub. I mean, of course, I have no idea how old it really was. It was old, and it was thick, and it was a very beastly plant. So I was left with all these stumps. I didn't want to put a chemical on it to try and remove them. I didn't have the money or the budget to hire somebody to come grind the stump out. So I came out here with my loppers, and I dug and used my loppers. It took me 2 hours more than that, to get all of the roots out. And now I have plants planted where it was. So far so good. I'm probably going to see like a little sucker come up every now and again, but if you could see what this did look like, oh my gosh, it looks so bad. You know, when you cut something down that's old and it's got that woody mess. So it's gone, and I am so super excited. In the back there I have, that's a gold splash euonymus that I transplanted from the back garden. We're revamping the whole back when the greenhouse goes in, so I'm utilizing some of those plants in here. Love the gold splash euonymus. That can get really big and fill in that corner. And then I've got, this is the Limelight Prime, which gets to be about, I think 6 feet tall. So it's like the Limelight, stays a little bit shorter, has darker foliage, and apparently the pink blooms get a little bit deeper pink. So that'll fill in this whole space. Really nice. I'd love to camouflage. Now next year we will be moving the air conditioner to the other side of the house. Just not in the time or the budget or anything for this year. But this will fill in this whole space and give a lot of nice privacy over the summer. So I'm really, really happy to have that here. And I have that mirrored on both sides. And then these are Rudbeckia Maxima. Great. They are the great cone flower, and little finches land on these, you guys, and they kind of bounce in the breeze, and they eat the little seeds, and it's just the sweetest things. I grew some of these from seed and some of these from starts. They're very slow growing, so, but I just love them, and I think they look so pretty here. Can't wait to get rid of that air. Oh my gosh. But I am happy to have it. So you can see I've got more echinacea. There's powwow white, and there's echinacea purpurea, and then I have some echinacea pallida as well. All newly planted, so you're not going to see much going on at the moment. I have some Millennium allium in here. Some I separated from a pot that I had and planted out clumps. And then I've got a couple of other allium in here that the name escapes me. I apologize. Yeah, so there's another euonymus, and you can see I've got my little timer and my spigot there. These are all hooked up to drip from the hose bib. So this entire vegetable garden I have running from a little timer and into this faucet here with a timer. So that's how this whole vegetable garden area, you know, the raised beds, everything, I have it trenched out. You can see some of my tubing there. And it runs under the gravel and goes up to the beds. I did that last year when I installed them. So this is all on a timer and all taken care of. And then these are sun credible sunflowers. I planted them last year and absolutely love them. I think they give such a beautiful cottagey look. But I was really excited to show you some of these new plants that I put in here, and the urn just looking so, so, so lovely. I can just picture when all this fills in, yeah, absolutely how wonderful it's going to look. The Benjamin Britten roses have a second little flush of bloom starting to show right now. And it's exactly the look I was hoping for, you know, with the urn right in front. And then the window box is doing really, really beautiful too. Really happy with the way everything is starting to fill in. I have another Supertunia that I may move to this spot, because there was one here that looks like it might have gotten, I don't know, like a little root rot or something. I had waited a really long time to plant my Supertunias, so I think it suffered as a result of that. But just wanted to show you a quick update. And then once I finish the other side and I have the lighting hooked up on the other side, I'd like to maybe come back and do another little tour for you guys. Everything is coming down right now with the shed. I'm gonna walk over there and show you. So I have the wisteria. You can see it's coming down, guys. I have the wisteria pulled off of the perimeter here, and I saved these two very, very large metal trellis that came with the espalier apple trees. And I'm glad that I did, because I pulled the wisteria off here, and now I have them supported on two of these here. It's quite heavy, and I think I'll be able to save this and attach it to the greenhouse, which I'm really, really happy about. But we really, really, really hit it hard this weekend, and I hope that the concrete will be able to come on Friday. You can see all the great work that we got done here. Taking the roof off was quite a project. Thanks to Mark completely for that. It was a lot. There was 2 layers of the shingles up there, and it was so heavy. But yeah, it's a work in progress. And just to give you a little update and show you what's happening, very, very, very excited. And I did just want to note, we contacted everybody we knew and asked if they wanted this shed. I even listed it on Facebook Marketplace for free. I had people contact me and tell me, lady, you're crazy. You should pay me to take your shed down. So what can I say? I mean, I was a little surprised. It's a nice shed, but it's a lot of work to take down. You know, people see all the work that's involved. This is no joke. It's, you know, this was not a kit. This was delivered on a flatbed truck to someone, to the previous owners here years ago. And it's a beast to take down. So I get it, but, you know, call me crazy. You crazy. You call him crazy. And then this little corner is looking so beautiful right now. I planted some white Supertunia, and I've got that diamond snow euphorbia in the window box. The geraniums are just putting out a second flush of blooms right now, and it's so pretty. It kind of mirrors what I have in this little concrete planter. And then this is a tough stuff hydrangea, which is a few years old now, and I haven't moved it or bothered it, and it seems to be very happy here, and it's getting very big, and I'm happy about it. I really want to kind of conceal this beam here. This is a support beam. This garage, which we now use as a shed, was very rickety. I mean, they have that here as a brace because I think maybe the frame started to shift. You know, who knows what was going on there. It had a dirt floor when I moved in, and we've shored it up with concrete. We've made sure it's structurally sound in there. So these posts, I'm just gonna leave. They look like they're there for a reason. There's one on each side, and I don't want to tempt fate by messing with it. So it's kind of covering that up. Eventually I have plans to maybe reface this and make it look less like a garage, since it's a shed now. Put maybe a large French door or Dutch door and some windows with window boxes. I think that would be really, really pretty. You can see the wisteria there. That's just from 1 year, you guys. This one goes off the rails. If you're thinking about a native wisteria, this one is Blue Moon, and then the one that I just showed you on the shed, that's Amethyst Falls. Between the two, now I've had the Amethyst Falls probably up close to 10 years, and it's very, very tame. This one, after 1 year, seems to be much more vigorous, I will say. Vigorous is the word. I've pulled up little runners, yeah, all over. So between the two, if you want something tame, go for the Amethyst Falls. Even though this one is gorgeous, and it gets these longer cascading clusters of flowers, but... so this is the Dahlia Bed. Look, I'm showing you guys everything now. What can I say? I'm here. I might as well show you. So the dahlias are coming along wonderfully. I've got lavender in here that the bumblebees are just going nuts over. And I did lose some of the lavender. I lose some every year. It's very hard here, especially where I have it planted. I'm kind of forcing it here. It doesn't want to be here. Lavender likes poor soil, dry soil, and I have it in a bed with rich amendments for my dahlias. So, you know, I know that's a chance I'm taking. But I filled in the gaps here with some salvia. And I planted, these are wave petunias that I planted from seed, you guys. Oh, I'm so excited about it. All kinds of different colors. And they're really starting to fill in. This here is like a treasure to me. This is one that I winter sowed from my friend Erin. She sent me some poppy seeds. I had sent her some tubers, and she sent me some poppy seeds from her mom's pink poppies. And it was such a wonderful and kind gesture of her. But I have babied this, and I actually have a pot of them that I'm like babying. But I did her method where she goes out and she scatters the seeds onto the snow, and this is one of them. So I hope it'll bloom. Fingers crossed. I'm really excited about it. I don't want to touch it because I touched the other ones that were coming up, and I think I made them very angry, but they're still doing okay. You can see the dahlias are growing and getting big. I had to look back in my timeline from last year, and it looks like my very first dinner plate dahlia bloom was end of July. So I'm getting anxious, and I'm feeling it. Every day I come out here, telling them grow, grow, grow. But they're growing, and they're on time, and they're on track with what, nature does here in zone 7A in this little microclimate of my backyard. But I am just so pleased with how everything looks. I hope you can see okay, because I know it's kind of bright. And then I've been working out in the vegetable garden a lot too. I just harvested a bunch of garlic. I've got my tomatoes coming in here on the little trellises. It's a bit of a mess. I kind of have things everywhere because I'm working still in the bed over here. But everything is coming along so beautifully. Look at this, you guys. This is some snapdragons that I grew from seed. Starting to bloom. And then I've got some Dara. That's the purple Queen Anne's lace. And these do self-seed prolifically, and I hope they do, because I love them. If this whole bed filled with them, I think I would just be super thrilled. They're beautiful, just beautiful. And then that's the Invincible Limetta. And look at my sweet peas, you guys. This is Royal Navy Blue. And they are just loving life here. I am so glad and happy that Mark built this for me. These are Elegant Salmon Rose, I believe is the name. But I have to come out here and clip some, you guys. I'm out here every single day clipping handfuls of these beautiful, beautiful blooms. And it just makes me so, so happy. I just love it. And the more you clip, the more they bloom. And look at that. Isn't that just so pretty? I love it. Okay, that's it, you guys. Just a really quick update on the construction, on what's happening, showing you some things that are in bloom before things start to flop in the thunderstorms, and an update on the urn. I think that's about it. I hope you guys are all doing really, really well, beating the heat and getting out there and enjoying the garden. And I will see you guys soon. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.